Today I'm going to show you how to answer the interview question, tell me what you have been doing since. This often comes up when you have a gap on your resume, and I want to walk you through how you can answer it so it does not prevent you from getting a job. So this question will generally come up if you have a gap on your resume. The key, and this is so critical, is to show that you were doing something, especially something positive, instead of sitting home and watching TV. But if you have a gap, just be prepared to answer this question because it's going to come up. So now, what are some things you can say in response to this question? You can say you were in school. You can say you were upgrading your skills. You can say you was volunteering. You can say you was taking care of family members. Okay, there's a lot of things you can say here. You can also say that you were taking care of children. If you into sports and you were coaching, you can say you was doing that. Pregnant, had a baby. Trust me, anything is better than nothing. So I'm going to give you two examples. Use this as a reference to craft your response. So the first example we're going to talk about is after being laid off, you decided to improve your skills and you wanted to take trainings in Microsoft SharePoint and Excel. Then, once you took those trainings, you decided to offer your help to a local nonprofit and to work in the office so you now could apply these new skills that you have. In doing that, it helped you to better understand what functions of each program you would use most often, so it allowed you to hone your skills in those areas. Basically summarize what you see on the screen. So if you look at this example, it says, okay, I was laid off, meaning through no fault of your own, okay? Second, you decided, let me upgrade, let me upskill. Then you pick SharePoint and Microsoft Excel, which is very common in a lot of businesses, which is actually a smart choice when you think about it. So once you took the training, then you decided, I want to apply these new skills. So let me find some place where I could apply these new skills. So what did you do? You offered your help to a local nonprofit. I didn't say you went to look for a job. I said you offered your help, which means you volunteered. And then as a result of volunteering, doesn't matter if it was 1, 2, 3 hours a day, a week, does not matter how long it was. The fact that you were proactive is very important here. And then as a result of being proactive and offering your help, your skills, and your knowledge, you in turn realize, oh, these are the functions that are used on a daily basis. So maybe I need to double down on these skills here and get really proficient in these areas, because when I start looking for work, I can now demonstrate I know these particular skills and these functions in those two software packages. So as you can see, when you give this answer, the employer now sees, oh, okay, not bad. Someone who's motivated. That's good to know. And now they know SharePoint, and now they know Microsoft Excel. Okay. So here's another example. So let's say you took off to care for your children. I did that. And during that time, you decided you wanted to improve your accounting skills. Most people hate math, but maybe you love math. So you decided, let me learn accounting. So you took some online classes, and then as a result of taking those classes, you realize, whoa, I'm making some mistakes. So you turn around and you were able to better manage the household finances. You were able to set up an investment account, and you were able to increase the deductions because you were better able to track expenses. So now let's back up. Once again, you made a decision to stay home, to take care of the children. And that in itself is a full-time job. But during that time, you decided, now that I have a little more flexibility here, let me get into this accounting thing because it's something I'm interested in. You take some classes. As a result of those classes, you now realize where you could improve the management of the finances in the household. So, of course, you're going to set up a budget, which I didn't mention here, but of course, that's something you're going to set up. You're going to set up an investment account because you want to save for retirement, right? So you want to put some money away. Simple examples, not complicated. What do you do next? Here's the thing. You have to start figuring out how you're going to answer this question when you have a gap on your resume. I had a 4-month, 5-month gap, stayed home to take care of my son. During that time, I learned how to build e-commerce sites and end up charging people to build their e-commerce site using Magento. And oh my God, that thing was a beast. Whew, it was a beast. But my point is, I was able to tell people what I was doing while I was home. I was able to show them samples of sites that I created. If they needed references, I can give them the names of the people that I created the websites for, and they would tell them, oh yeah, he helped me with their website. My point is, anything is better than nothing. So you don't want to get stuck sitting around watching TV and say, I was just home. No, that's not sufficient. So in the next video, we're going to go over why should we hire you question. Okay. Why should the employer hire you and not someone else? Why should they pick you and not someone else? Sounds like a tough question. It's not really that difficult when you know how to answer it. So let's get on over to that video.